It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got the Vikings leader at quarterback. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Eagles under the lights on Thursday night.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. Dances by him, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Now Jones, sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Ready?
Running off tackle, Washington. Down to about the 37. The numbers for Washington in last week's contest: 6 carries, 82 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
With their lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Jones. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
On second down now, Marcus. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 carries, 66 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Marcus. A beautiful fake. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. They'll roll him out right. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a handoff up the middle. Marcus. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Hurts to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Hurts steps away to his left. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. On 1st down, Hurts rolling to his right. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man, complete. It's Norris. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Norris. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one goes for 24 yards.
At long last, the Eagles have found their new marquee #1 receiver. They dealt for Brown in last year's draft, and all he did in year 1 was set a new franchise record.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment, but first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta, a big one for the Falcons, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then finally, the national game on Sunday night. It's a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gets past one man, and they're able to get this one across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a run up the middle with Washington. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Sliding out of the pocket. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit and hit it.
Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Vikings had 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On second down now, Marcus. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Hurts throwing complete to Smith. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. Marcus. 20. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 5. 77 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his
touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Justin Jefferson, touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Joseph now to have the PAT. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll throw on first down with Hurts, fighting through pressure. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's fourth. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Hurts will throw. And that's caught at the 2. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. So here's a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Jones going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39. And obviously that's well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 10. A little under 2.5 to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Norris. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. And this one complete to Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Rolling to his left. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
They'll try and throw for it. Steps away. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points.
They were so worried about a punch up the gut or a quick pass inside. They didn't take away an easy run by the QB. Doesn't bring them all the way back, but a good scramble there to erase 2 more points from that deficit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a 3rd and 6. Jones looking to change the play.
Jones on 3rd down. Flush to his right.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. It's taken to the 26. Oh, fighting off the defender. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
No timeouts.
6 seconds to play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.